And ultimately what we did was we built the FordStory.com as a site, a repository of where we could tell our story, how we were different, and demonstrate it to people with proof points. Proof points of, not only the plan that we submitted to Congress, but all of the advances we've been making, doing the hard work in terms of raising our quality to the point where we're now #1 in quality, raising the bar on fuel efficiency so that every single vehicle that we've got is best in class in fuel economy, and on and on and on. So what that did was that it allowed us, instead of going out and trying to fight a forest fire with a squirt gun, it allowed us to bring the conversation back to home base, so to speak, and to work off of there, and to put anchor points in there and say, hey, over here on this discussion forum, check out this link over here on the Ford story to see exactly what we're talking about. So it was a mix of being out there and engaging with people on their turf, understanding where and when it was appropriate to do so, and bringing the conversation back to a place where we could monitor it and have a little more shepherding and guidance as to how the arguments took place.
Okay, well let me toughen up the question a little bit.
Okay.
You ready?
Go for it.
Because you look like you're just this is too easy for you. So let's toughen it up a little bit.
Bring it.
I like it. I'm looking at I'm going to go back to earlier when you talked about you're getting to engage now and get the people involved, and that's the point of social media. And and Harrison and I are Harrison definitely is into that, and I'm coming on board fast. And I'm looking at your Fiesta movement and how great that is. And now I'm going to combine these two. One, I want you to just kind of briefly explain that, but then I'm going to put that together as Harrison just talked about with the negativity. So now you've got this whole nice movement with the Fiesta going on. It's introducing everyone there. We're getting this real feel of what consumers are feeling there. But what are you going to do if a consumer says, "Hey, I don't like how the clock is displayed in the Fiesta"? How are you going to deal with that kind of stuff? And how is this Fiesta thing working for you?
Well, the Fiesta thing, first of all, is working fantastically. We have now a 38% level of awareness of a vehicle that isn't even in the market yet. Okay, that's a higher level of awareness than some of our vehicles that have already been out for over a year. Okay, we've had I think about 500,000 views of Flickr photos of all the agents' work. We've had 5.3 million YouTube video views of their work. We've had millions upon millions of Twitter impressions. The program, and we've got over 50,000 people at this point that have registered some interest in the vehicle. We don't even have the reservation process open yet, and there's already hand raisers out there who say, yeah, we want to actually be part of this when it comes to market. So from that perspective, it's an unheralded success beyond our wildest expectations. Okay. The second thing is that with regard to your question about, okay, what if somebody says something untoward or insulting or negative about the car? Well, that's the beauty of this program. We actually structured it so that we were getting feedback from the agents on a regular basis. And, we're also out there in market doing ride and drives and walkarounds and things like that, where we're taking feedback from people, real people who will be driving the cars or who currently are driving the cars, and taking that back to our engineering team and saying, okay, before the vehicle even goes into production here in North America, here are some things that we've heard consistently over time. What can we do about it? And that's actually happened. That's gone back to the engineering team, and what they've done is they've made a couple of changes of the production model of the Fiesta for Job 1, which is the one that rolls off the production line on the first day. And we will continue to tweak the production and the styling of it, obviously within reason. We're not looking to rebuild the whole car, but we're looking to tweak areas that people actually need. Cup holders are a big thing here in the States. They're not as big an issue over in Europe. How you adjust the seat, whether there's an armrest, the display of the dashboard, all sorts of things like that we're taking into account. So this program has not only been unheralded in terms of its ability to build buzz even before the vehicle is underway, but it's also been an effort in crowdsourcing, so we can actually improve it and make it the kind of car that people really do want and value.
And we want all of our viewers out there to visit. It's fiestamovement.com. Amazing website. I mean, videos and tweets and live streams and just amazing what is going on for a car, like you said, that's not even to market yet. I mean, that's.
I had fun. I got to build my own Fiesta.
There you go.
And you know what else I think is impressive about this is how many times, and Harris and I have talked about it, you know, you'll see a new car come out, new truck, new car, and you think, this is cool, but let's wait a year till they work out the bugs. And what you've done with this Fiesta movement is you've kind of just eliminated that worry of the first year bugs. You've cut your lead to lag time down, and I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, and we've had almost a year now of the car being available in Europe in this particular trim and model. And it's been a remarkable success. It is our #1 selling car in all of Europe. It is the #2 car overall being sold in Europe. And people just love it. It's a real peppy little car. It's surprisingly roomy for a small car. And we know it's going to answer not only a styling but also a fuel efficiency need that people have here.
So I have a question.
So your key is... Go ahead.
This is actually from an audience member because this is always a big topic, and since you've got the Ford Fiesta movement going, what has been the best strategy while you're communicating your message to figure out what your ROI is within a certain social media campaign? Because everybody right now is talking about ROI, and we're in kind of a weird space with social media.
Yeah, well, typically with social media, there's no, it's not involved in a direct sale. In other words, I do a blog post, I don't make a sale. I tweet, I don't make a sale. It's a little farther removed in terms of the marketing funnel. It's more about building awareness, building perception, building trust. Okay, and those have measures to them. And as we look at our regular polling data and surveys that we take all the time at Ford Motor Company and the direction that the company is heading, all of this works together to give us positive momentum in terms of a higher volume coverage, a greater degree of positive and neutral commentary than negative commentary, and overall a bump up in the notion of consideration, that more people now will consider Ford as part of their purchase set than they ever have before, or than they have in quite some time. Okay, so we're seeing those kind of those big numbers being displayed and rising every week. Okay, but in terms of a specific program, like let's take the Fiesta movement, since we've been talking about it. Starting the program out, and knowing that by the end of the program, or at certain milestones within the program, we wanted to have X number of videos produced, X number of views of videos, a pass along rate of a certain amount, awareness of the vehicle, things like that, and we can check ourselves along the way. And like I said, we've been completely overachieving in every single one of those areas, so we know the program is going to be a success. And obviously, the numbers in terms of the early hand raisers and getting people on board to actually get in the queue to purchase this vehicle, that's going to be extremely important.